Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG, and we're located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka. And it's under the command of Captain Ashstorm. And I think you can see there's a mark of excellence on his barrel, which means he's achieved a necessary standard of excellence, which very likely means we're going to get some very good battles here. Now, the M53 M55, this is the M55 version, just collided with a ship bomb. And I can tell that because it's an 8-inch howitzer. The barrel doesn't extend beyond the body of the tank. And he's moving off to his firing position. He's not going to the usual spots. Looks like he's going to set up right at the back of the map. Okay, now, extending his aim and looking downwind. Downrange, I should say, actually, is a more correct term. Oh, there's an FD4005 ship bomb. Rounds out. It landed short, but it was a bit late on the firing. I know this because I know this feeling that you have to shoot when you see a target of opportunity come into view right at the start of a battle. And unfortunately, that shot sometimes tends up to be the worst shot of the entire game, and that one certainly landed short. So RNG's wasn't on Captain Ashstorm's side there. Oh, he's got a Conqueror there as well. The ship bomb's retreating. He fires around him, and he splashes the FD4005 for 359 hit points. That's quite a good strike. Mind you, the ship bomb does have fairly weak armor around the actual gun itself, the actual cover of the gun. What you would call normally a turret, it's actually very, very weak armor. That's the weakest armor on the vehicles, so it's very easy to do a lot of splash damage to that. He's got a 33.2 second reload. Oh, we've got two tanks together. We've got a potential bombardier. Well, not really, because they've got a lot of armor still, but yeah, he definitely hit them. He definitely hit them. I think he probably hit both of them. If they were both still together at that moment that the shell landed, they both would have suffered. Right, we've got an E75 up on top of the hill. We're still reloading, 15 seconds to go. I was saying it's quite easy to accidentally, you know, fire a shot in. It's the first shot of the battle. You think you can get it, and it misses, and that's quite normal. Going for the E75. Round out. Oh my god! Well, he damaged the E75, but he killed the Pantera. It lost so much health to other shots just before the shell landed that he blew it up. So he's got his first kill on the board. Now that T-54 has gone over the centre line and is now in a very forward position, and a very dangerous position actually, because he can be shot at by the enemy. Right, he's loaded, but I think, yeah, he's going to go for the E-75. You may have noticed he is switching quite a lot between different areas of the map, and that's because the M55 does have that swiveling turret, which means that you can shoot. Oh! It landed short, but it was still 127 hit points to splash. Yeah, the swiveling turret on the M53, M55, because they both have it, enables the Arty to shoot over a very wide field of fire. Just trying to be careful not to knock any trees down. It gives away your position. So it can be quite useful. It's one of the... there are a few Artys in the game which have a turret. And in fact, actually, the M55, M53 both have gun depression as well, which is very unusual in an Arty. They can actually shoot over ridgelines. And not a lot of people actually know that, but it is true. I've seen an M55 take on heavy tanks on a ridgeline, and it's very difficult for them to get a shot at him when he's firing an 8-inch howitzer round at them. Right, Conqueror up in the centre line. He's been stunned already, so I think he's been hit by the Object 261 or the Batchat 155-55 on our team. There are 3 Artys on this team. Okay, we're loaded. We've lost sight of the targets, but we're indicating to our team the general direction that we're looking at, hoping that they're going to spot for us. And they have, and they found a Conqueror. We're lining up the Conqueror. Rounds out. Direct hit! 328 hit points. It hit the front armour, which is of course the strongest armour on the vehicle. And the enemy Arty, the GW Tiger, has just taken out our BK100-01P. But we have got enemy at the back of the map now that are coming to sight. And that's because we conquered the hill. And that Scorpion G's gone up to defend the railway line against that Chrysler. But the thing is that he is highlighted and we can fire a round in at him. And we got a direct hit, 468 hit points. And he died very shortly afterwards to somebody else's shot, which means we pick up some damage assistance as well. There's that Conqueror again on the centre line. He's using that rock for cover. He just got hit by another Arty round, and he was taken out by the M48 Patton on the hill. Now, the M53, M55 actually uses a tank chassis, the Patton tank chassis. And depending on when it was built, decides whether or not which particular Patton tank chassis actually was used for making the vehicle. Some have the M47, and some have the M46. Is it the M46? So it's it just depends on when it was built as to which chassis, because they were pumping these chassis out, and basically to make an M55, they would just turn the chassis around so it's facing the other way, take out one of the idler wheels, or in fact actually put the idler, just take the idler away altogether. All fires at the M60 and misses. I think it was a bit of a snatch shot, that one. So basically the M55 is firing over the engine deck of the tank, because this is the rear of the tank, you might think. If it was a Patton tank, that would be the rear. We're looking at the rear. And so the actual turret is on the front of the tank. Okay, he's going after that M60 again. We're almost loaded. He's disappeared from sight again. I have the feeling that most of the enemy team are located in the southwest corner of the map. Last sighting of the FV4005 was that he was near the railway line, but we do have quite a lot of tanks located in that vicinity, or in fact in the hill overlooking the railway line. So if the FV was still there, he must be hidden amongst the trees, and I doubt that he's there. Now, all of our tanks that are still sitting up on the hill... Oh no, the Charioteer's gone off the hill. He's gone into the dip where the water is, and he's moving towards the railway crossing. Now, he might be able to spot any enemy tanks, so they're just across the railway line. There's only one tank in this course at the moment, and it's still 6.5 or 6 minutes 40 seconds to go for the game. The Charioteer is coming up to the crossing, and he had a quick pop up to see if anybody fired at him. Nobody did. Oh, but he's seen a Conqueror on the other side of the map. And the Conqueror is now being fired upon, and so's an Oho. And the Conqueror's gone down. There's Yoho. We're going to fire at him. Rounds out. It lands short. I'm not sure if it did any damage on that shot. But they are getting rather close to our forces in the northwest corner. And so it'll probably be the M48 Patton who's actually spotting for us now. The Object 257 on our team has now gone down the railway line on the other side, on the enemy side. And so if there is an enemy tank somewhere in that vicinity, we'll know. Yes, the Yoho's moving forward. Patton spotted him. He's been hit by the Arty. We're going to hit as well. Lining him up for a shot. We're dialed in. Round out. Direct hit. Wipes him out. 302 hit points, but we did lose our M48 pattern, and we have got an Arty and a tank destroyer in there, and our tank destroyer was the FV4005, and he just wiped out that M60, which means the enemy attacking force is just gone. Okay, we're moving forward and we're almost reloaded. We do have a 2-tank advantage now. So, why did they take out the idler wheel on the M55? Well, the reason actually is so the recoil of the vehicle was distributed to the road wheels and obviously to the spade at the back, which we dug into the ground. And it's easier actually to use the suspension and of the vehicle to redistribute the recoil if the idler wheel's not there, because it makes the otherwise the tracks would lift at the end, but in this case they don't lift, they go upwards and forwards to the return rollers. Now there is a ship barn over on the west side of the map. There he is, yep. He's got very low hit points. He's, in fact, it's a splash kill now. We're firing around in. I'm sure we'll get this. Oh, I said I'm sure we get this, but the shell didn't appear to hit the target. In fact, we don't know where the shell went. That is odd. I wonder if the shell actually hit one of those railway carriages in front of us, because it never reached the target. We never saw the shell land. But we're looking in the southwest corner and we've got teammates moving over there right now. They're moving along the southern edge of the map. And he's pre-aiming at the crossroads, telling his teammates where he's looking. And that's always a good idea if you're Arty, to tell your teammates what you're looking at. Either mark the ground with the T key or mark the enemy tank that you're actually looking at so that you get the down arrows on it and everyone knows you're attacking that tank. You see, when you mark the ground, you just get down arrows and the circles showing around where the stun is likely to appear. Okay, GWE 100, that's the enemy Arty. And he's just been hit. But it looks like he's not going to go for the GWE 100. Is he going to go for that batch at 155.55? Well, no, because the IS-3 took him out. Or did he? No, it's the GW Tiger on our team who actually took him out. The IS-3 took out the GWE 100. Captain Ashtorm is holding fire and waiting for a better target. There are still 3 enemy tanks out there. Now, one of them is a Striv S1. There's the GW Tiger. Okay, we can hit him. And he's actually now low health and been wiped out. So there's a Striv S1 and a Panther 88 out there. And those are the tanks I think that Captain Ashtorm is waiting for. Right, the Striv is further up north. And he's just been wiped out by our ship bomb. So Captain Ashtorm must be waiting for the Panther. There he is. And he's full health. So this is going to make a big difference to our score in the end. Oh! Direct hit. Oh, and he went up afterwards. I think he set him on fire. And that was the last kill of the game. He actually died seconds after our shell landed. So I'm pretty sure that was... Yes, it was. He did set fire to it. He got the arsonist. Okay, so Captain Ashtorm managed to get a first-class tanker in the M55. He also picked the arsonist badge for setting fire to the Panther 88. A Bruiser badge for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 18. And a Gore's medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And a win 8 for that battle of 5146. So let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he got the highest damage overall, in fact, actually. 3,750 hit points of damage overall. And the next highest score was the ship arm with 3693, and then came the batch at 155.55. He managed to get 2764. He also picked up a Confederate during that battle. The highest that the enemy could do was their Striv S1, 2,435. And I suspect that either Captain Ashtorm was waiting for the Striv to appear, which obviously his shell would easily penetrate and do a lot of damage to, or the Panther 88 right at the end of the battle, because they were full health. And therefore he was going to generate a lot more XP and credits for wiping out a full health tank than one that was badly damaged. When it came to kills, it was again Captain Ashstorm top of the table with 3. Then the ship barn also had 3, and there's a whole slew of tanks who managed to get 2. And when it came to base XP, again Captain Ashstorm right at the top, 1025. Followed by the Batchat 155 who managed 971, and then the Charioteer with 875. So let's have a look at detail. He only fired 13 rounds during that battle. When you've got a reload time that's so long, 33 seconds, it can be difficult to fire more than in fact your full magazine. In fact, in some Arty it's impossible to fire your full magazine because you just don't have enough time in 15 minutes to do that. He got 5 direct hits, no penetrations, but he did get 10 splash damage of 3,750 hit points, all of it more than 300 meters. He hit 10 of the enemy, that's 2/3 of the enemy team, but only killed 3 of the enemy, that's 1/5 of the enemy team. He also caused 604 hit points of damage assistance and 629 hit points of stun assistance off 13 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 48,782 credits, and he also got compensation of 423 credits for damage that was caused by his teammates. And I think that was right at the very start of the battle when they ran into him while he was trying to get to his position. So his total came to 49,205, and after repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, he did run premium Coca-Cola. Premium consumables does effectively improve your reload time and your aiming accuracy, so it just makes the tank so much better in its performance. But that means he only took away 4,707 credits at the end of battle. So he would have had 24,000 if he hadn't used premium consumables, but he might not have had such a good score. He also picked up 5 bonds for the Gore's medal at tier 9. He earned 1,537 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, and that means he took away 3,075 experience points altogether. So, a very good round there for Captain Ashstorm, and it has been a long time since he's actually managed to get a Gore's medal because he's been playing ordinary tanks for quite some time, ordinary tanks at tier 10. But he's come back to Arty, and he's now achieving the medals that he used to achieve in the past. So good luck. If you enjoyed this replay, please give a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.